Hello, everybody. Okay, so I want to thank Senators Murray and Schatz for being here on day 21 of Trump's shutdown. Right now, under the leadership of Senate Republicans and President Trump, the federal government is entering its fourth week of the shutdown. Tonight will officially make it the second longest shutdown in American history, the longest total government shutdown in history. 21 days. 21 days of federal workers missing their paychecks, 21 days of families wondering how they're going to pay the rent or pay for child care, 21 days of dysfunction by this administration because the party in power would rather suffer a shutdown than negotiate with Democrats to lower costs. While millions of Americans are feeling the squeeze, the House is on vacation, and Senate Republicans, well, they're at the White House today, not for negotiations or to work on any path out of the shutdown, but for a pep rally. And as I've understood it, when they made comments afterwards, they didn't even talk about health care once, as I understand it, because they just finished. That's right. Republicans today will join the president to celebrate staying strong, being unified. So as millions of Americans continue to endure the pain of one of the longest shutdowns in American history, Republicans will be celebrating keeping it going. Isn't that a disgrace? Apparently, Republicans don't have the time of day to fix people's health care, to lower costs, but there's plenty of time for a photo op and celebrate their pain. Let me be clear. Americans don't have time for Republicans and Trump's parties. The pain for families is intensifying as notices continue to go out in the states. Every day this shutdown drags on. More families are getting letters from their insurers warning them that their premiums will skyrocket. For more than 20 million Americans, steep premium hikes, increase of 114%. Hundreds of millions could do more, hundreds of millions more could see their costs skyrocket next year because it's going to go up for everybody, not just those on federal insurance. And that's not a headline. That's real life. That's food off the table. That's saving accounts drained dry after years of building them up. So time's running out. If Congress doesn't act by October 31st, millions of Americans will see higher premiums when open enrollment begins November 1st. The decisions made or not in the next 10 days will determine whether working families can afford their health care next year. And Americans are desperately looking to Republicans, the party in the majority, to do something about it. A CNBC poll from Friday found Americans now hold Donald Trump and Republicans responsible for the shutdown 53-37, more than we've seen it. 62% of Americans in the same poll disapprove of Trump's handling of inflation. The Senate GOP shrugs. The Speaker hides in his caucus. But at the end of the day, Republicans control the White House, the Senate, and the House. They control the agenda. They control the responsibility for what is happening. Trust me, I know. When I was Majority Leader, we passed 13 bipartisan CRs. No shutdowns because I negotiated with the Republicans and averted a shutdown every time. However, yesterday, Thune called Democrats galling for trying to find bipartisan fix to ACA. What's galling is doing nothing as 20 million Americans face the prospect of paying thousands and thousands more each year for health insurance. What's galling is saying there's nothing to negotiate when people from Maine to Alaska and every state in between are watching their premiums double. What's galling is hearing your parents are getting kicked out of their nursing home and you have no place where they can go and no real medical care for them. And what's galling is being okay with Kristi Noem getting a private plane, Donald Trump getting a new ballroom, Argentina getting $40 billion bailout while our farmers struggle, and then saying Americans don't deserve cheaper health care. That's what's galling. Americans deserve a government that works as hard as they do. Oh, and I heard Thune say on the floor today, Democrats are representing, our plans are for the radical left. Is it radical left to want people's health care prices to not go up? Is it radical left to not want people kicked out of nursing homes? Is it radical left to see that rural hospitals stay open? Who's he kidding? The American people are on our side. Americans deserve a government that works as hard as they do, one that puts their needs first and doggedly works to make life better for them. It's time to stop these parties and celebrations and negotiate with Democrats to end the Trump shutdown, address the health care crisis that they created. Patty.